I've talked about the Imagined Pokémon in Pokémon Scarlet and Pokémon Violet on a previous video, about how they could be bringing Pokémon fusions to the limelight once again, but we can't forget a very key detail. They are Imagined Pokémon, meaning they don't technically exist. But then again, what's real and what's not is definitely a strange topic in these new games. So hey, I'm not so a strainer, and what if you truly believe? Let's get into it. The topic of this video came from the thumbnail of this video by Elite Trainer Gen9, a channel you should absolutely check out. When I saw the image of Geeta holding the two Imagined Pokémon, I started thinking about the whole concept. And since that wasn't one of the 5 mini theories Elite Trainer Gen9 made, I decided to jump into the conspiracy pit myself. By now you probably know my stance on Paradox Pokémon. I think they're somehow related to imagination, but unless someone believes in them, they're not real. Until I'm proven wrong, which is fairly easy I guess, that is where I'm gonna stand. That is also my explanation on why I think we will see these Imagined Pokémon dubbed by the community Paradox Suicune and Paradox Virizion in the DLC, but they are nowhere to be found on the surface of the Pokémon Region or deep down in Area 0. The player, Arvan, and really anyone that reads the Scarlet or Violet books knows that they are supposed to not exist. They're simply a design made by a sketch artist when thinking about what Pokémon could be down there. Contrary to popular belief, there's no lore that says that Ho-Oh created the first Raikou, the first Suicune, and the first Entei. The lore simply states that the Pokémon that died in the fire were reborn as them. I'm saying this because if that wasn't the case, there wouldn't be legendary beasts when the sketch was made, since it tells the story of the expedition that happened 200 years ago, when the Cryptic Fire happened 150 years ago. Of course, some people might use this as an argument for time travel, but I have discarded that option simply because there are a lot of inconsistencies with that plot, questioned by Arvan himself, and also it's a lot more fun to explore the path less traveled. Now back to Imagined Pokémon. One can assume that these two Paradox Pokémon are incredibly powerful, since they are a combination of 3 legendary, or if you want to get technical, sub-legendary Pokémon. They would be a source of immense power. So far, all the Paradox and Titan stuff was mostly Arvan's thing. Nobody really paid attention to him or his adventures, so nobody was even aware of all those strange things. I mean, he was just the boy with a supposed fiction book. But at this point, it is impossible to deny that there's something inside the crater. We are able to use those Pokémon outside, in the Ace tournament in the middle of Mesagozo if we so wish. And we can't forget the fact that we've been riding a pretty cool legendary bike for the whole game. So one might start reading into Professor Sada and Professor Turo's notes with a more attentive eye. Someone that has access to them. And we know about 2 organizations that have access to the whole Terra or technology. The Pokémon League and the Naranja or Uva Academy. I could go on and on about the professors in the academy being suspicious and all that, but I'll go straight to the point. The League is a likely candidate. We know that Sada and Turo have a corporate backer, though I believe they are never named. But watching Elite Trainer Gen9's theory about why the League looks so bland with only 1 room and all that, and it being because they are in serious debt, made me think of history class of all things. The Empire crumbled because of all the money that was used to fund the expeditions into Area 0, searching for treasure. What if we're seeing history repeat itself? Geeta has sent way too many resources towards research in Area 0 and barely invested in the League itself. Now, having been defeated twice, or more if you fight her in the Ace tournament, she's looking to up her power, and for that, she will start believing that those Imagined Pokémon can be real. And you know my stance on that. If you believe, they are real. But that's not all, there's another very rich person with influence that might be a backer for their whole research. That is Nemona's father, who is part of the board for the Rotom Phone Company. With Nemona really liking to battle, and apparently her happiness depends on being strong enough to keep up with you so she can call you her rival, maybe she uses her father's influence to get access to the research, or maybe she goes down there herself. She was there with us, she saw it all, the Paradox Pokémon, the supposed time machine, the AI. Maybe she feels like she lacks power, and that Imagined Pokémon is the only way to get it. And that is all I have for you today, just a bit of a video about the DLC and what it could mean for those Imagined Pokémon. And also thank you to Elite Trainer Gen9 for the inspiration for this video, check his channel out. But now, what about you? Do you believe Nemona could turn to the dark side? Let me know in the comments down below. And now, like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content, and also ring the bell so you know when the next video is out. You can follow me on social media and Twitter, searching there Wednesday to Sunday, not Saturday, or join our Discord, all the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.